and we said no. And I can understand why he's upset. Remember, he was here for a long time. You saw a man who was very happy when he stood behind the Oval Desk. And even with the black eye, I said, "Do you want a little makeup? We'll get you a little makeup." But he said, "No, I don't think so," which is interesting and very nice. He wants to be who he is. So you could make that statement too, I guess. Look, Elon, he wanted that person, a certain person, and we said no. And I can understand why he's upset. Remember, he was here for a long time. You saw a man who was very happy when he stood behind the Oval Desk.
Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on this panel show are those of the individual speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of this channel, its affiliates, sponsors, or production team. This content is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised. We encourage respectful dialogue and critical thinking around the topics discussed.
Party. Why I like the new party? Number one, it's a group of people that's on a panel. We all have differences, but we all basically still come together at the end of the day. The new party for me is about unity. The new party for me is about educating people to the truth, letting people know what's been going on in our country. With that being said, shout out to the new party, man. We're going to keep it going with y'all.
Welcome to the new party. I'm Nora Christine.
I'm Gray Mars.
I'm Enzo.
I'm Mia.
I'm Kamal.
And we have Skeptic. You're muted, love.
Still can't hear.
Still can't hear you. Yo, while she's fixing her mic, I want to let you guys know we usually live stream on X. I don't know if Elon doesn't like the title or the name of our show, but if you're usually watching on X, I would highly recommend you start following us on YouTube because Elon Musk is not allowing us to be seen. He's blocking the show. I mean, I can't imagine why. We just live streamed at 3. I don't hear that X is being hacked. Kamal, have you heard about any hacks on X? Because I know me and you work on X a lot.
I'm going to put it on Facebook. The X isn't working.
Yeah, X not working. Elon out here.
I really think he's blocking it. Yeah, like no, seriously, I think he's blocking the live, and I'm not being funny because like, what are the odds that it's not working for me and Kamal? Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, y'all can hear me now?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, as you guys probably heard, the main topic of the night is going to be about Elon Musk having his hissy fit with Trump. Before we get into that, though, our first topic is regarding Creed Jean-Pierre. I'm going to play that clip, and then we can give reactions to that.
Yo, hold on, Nora. Hold on. Hey, bro,
Yeah.
You in my chat right now, bro. Ask your mama mouth if I'm gay.
What?
Your punk ass is coming on my chat. This ain't that bullshit.
Wait,
La la mama la ba. What the hell your name is? You got no mama. God damn.
What? Oh my god.
Crackers in the chat already ready to glaze Elon.
Oh my god.
What is this?
Oh my lord.
Like, Elon, you
It's
said
a Thursday night for sure.
You mad? I guess we already figured out who won. Elon won because he's sending the bots. But let me read Josh here.
God damn.
Oh my
Jesus.
goodness.
You showed up on ABC's The View a couple of months ago. You were talking major stuff then.
What is this?
You were not the White House press secretary. You were an American citizen who was not working in the White House. What the hell you going on the show for then? Bloviating about Joe Biden and how he was alert and he was spry and he was a great commander-in-chief and he was sharp and all of this stuff. I don't have the clip in front of me because I just saw the story. You're lucky I don't have time to pull it up. But I'm fully aware of the fact that you were not the White House press secretary when you were on The View spewing the same stuff you had spewed when you were the White House press secretary. So all bets are off. You didn't have to do that, but you chose to. Live with your decisions. Live with your decisions. You didn't have to do that, but that's what you chose to do. You chose to go front and center and still spew the same party line. So what the book's going to tell us? The book's going to tell us more about the Democrats. The book is the book going to be an extension of Jake Tapper and Alex Thompson's book, Original Sin. Yet another Democrat coming out and telling us about stuff that a whole bunch of stuff on the right was telling us, but y'all swore we shouldn't listen to while y'all were engaging in cancel culture, while y'all were engaging in excoriating anybody that called the Democratic Party out for what the hell was going on. That's what we supposed to do now? That's what we supposed to do. We're supposed to listen to you now. Okay. I'll do that. Corinne Jean-Pierre, you are more than welcome to come on the Stephen A. Smith Show and explain your book and what it's going to say. But not only why we didn't hear from you while you were the White House press secretary, which is very understandable, but how come we didn't hear that from you afterwards? Why were we hearing the same stuff after you left the White House that you were saying while you were in the White House?
Yo, okay, before everyone talks, Lambo, you got a lot to say. You can call up at any time, 407-602-8114. Ray, you're going for Corinne Jean-Pierre. I think she was the first female Black secretary. All right, what's your thoughts? Are you sad? Do you agree? You know, she's no longer a Democrat, so you still support her.
No, I mean, for me, she was doing her job when she was there. She did a lot of dodging. I don't think it's like a loss that she's leaving the Democratic Party, but I just feel like she's trying to sell some books. Jake Tapper did the same thing, but he was still on CNN. His ratings dropped when he dropped the book talking about Joe Biden's decline. So I'm pretty sure no Democrats are going to like her right now, but I don't see it as a loss.
Enzo, what's your thoughts? Should she have held the Democratic Party more accountable, or was she just doing her job?
100% she should have held the Democratic Party more accountable. You are the face of that administration at the end of the day when you're in that position. Yeah, so I'm going to revert back to, like I said, you should be holding that administration accountable. You should be telling the American people what's going on, because there was I don't remember if it was a podcast or some show that she was on a couple months ago. I saw it, where she was literally telling whoever was interviewing, I forgot exactly who it was, I'll find the clip, that she wasn't even getting the briefings from the president. She was not in touch with the president or the vice president, that she was getting everything from the aides. So she had no real clue. Her words exactly were, from what I remember, I didn't know what was going on. I was making things up half the time. That right there spoke volumes to me. Because it goes with exactly what Stephen A. Smith was saying. We knew this the entire time. It's all coming out now. And it's just hilarious to me that we were right the entire time. They called us conspiracy theorists. They called us crazy. And you still got Harry Sisson and Chris Nowry coming up on my live, glazing Joe Biden for all of this. But we know everything. We've seen it. So her leaving shows something. And there's been plenty of other people that left the Democratic Party. And there's going to be plenty more that still do. If they keep this shit up. They won't be winning in 28. They won't be winning in 26.
Skeptic, what's your thoughts? Do you agree, or do you think she was just doing her job?
I mean, I feel like a lot of people do things for the publicity. So I feel like this is a public stunt, because I could say the same thing for some like Republican, that are like going from being congressmen for the Republican Party to be Democrats, particularly one that's running in Florida. So I feel like people do things to basically get attention whenever they have something, like Gray was saying. I haven't heard her say what policy she agrees with, or, it being a political reason as far as like what agenda is being pushed. So I feel like it's an interesting thing for her to do, but I feel like it's a political stunt.
Kamal is the most apolitical person on the line. What do you think about her switching from Democrat to independent?
First off, man, I had to put the Lammy bro on timeout, bro. You go sit in the corner for 5 minutes, bro. Goddamn, you in the chat, kind of dumb as hell. So I didn't put you out my chat, bro. Somehow you on my side. I put your ass on timeout. Second of all, man, look it. She writing a tell-all book. What's in the tell-all book? What's she about to tell? I'm kind of intrigued. It's a grift. She was trying to get paid, and she know that she on like a losing ship right now. You feel me? The Democrats. I'm sorry, Gray. The Democrats, man, they going out sad right now. They writing tell-all books. They out here about to start selling pillowcases. Next thing you know, they gonna be on their own platform on YouTube, just like Joy Reid. It's crazy out here. Like, what's going on? I don't know what's going on. Tell all book. She independent now, but she gonna still be spewing that Democratic stuff. I'm telling you that right now, y'all.
Well, I actually do have the reasons why she left, and then I'll let Mia go. But she said it was the assessment of a broken two-party system. She intends to urge Americans to embrace life as independence. She said that she felt like she was betrayed by the Democratic Party, that she just led to Biden's decision not to seek a second term. So she's mad they pushed him out. She had a desire to think beyond rigid party lines and freeing ourselves of boxes. And she has a belief that the current political moment requires a less partisan approach and a focus on being clear-eyed and questioning rather than blindly loyal and obedient. Hey, I got to support her for her reasons. I'm not mad at those reasons. Mia, what's your thoughts?
I mean, a lot of people are exiting the Democratic Party. A lot of people are upset about the inner workings and the inner politics of the Democratic Party. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised she's claiming to be an independent, but I mean, if you're an independents 99.9997% of the time vote with Democrats, you're basically a Democrat. You're just like hiding behind independent, but you're a Democrat. Name one independent in Congress and the Senate that votes Republican. Not a single one. Bernie Sanders, not a single one. Nobody. Angus King, not a single one votes conservative at all. Independent is still synonymous with Democrats. I can't think of a single one. She's still a Democrat. She's just saying she's independent. I will say though, this feels like crisis PR to me. I feel like she's coming out as an independent to sell her book. She's going to see how her sales are. And I bet in 6 months, she's going to launch her congressional run as an independent. I bet she's going to gauge how receiving people are of her. And she wouldn't be the first. Huckabee, when she left being press secretary, she's now the governor, I believe, of Arkansas, I think, somewhere out west. So I bet Karine Jean-Pierre will launch her own bid for Congress within the next 6 months, 18 months. She's going to make it big for Congress. You heard it here first. I just got that feeling this is crisis PR to launch herself.
And she's riding the fence. All right, guys, we're going to switch gears. We're going to go off of politics for a minute. We're going to talk about Pearly and Anton. Anton Daniels went on Pearly's show a couple nights ago. This is Anton's predictions for women in the future.
I think that people are trying to figure out how to lower their lifestyle because the growing sentiment is, well, nowadays with this economy, you need 2 incomes in order to survive. I don't believe that. I think that people need to adjust their lifestyle to more or less reflect the income. I think that you're going to start seeing women make a little bit of extra money on the side. If she can find a stay-at-home job, then she'll do that. But I think that you're going to see more women retreat into their quote unquote femininity, and they're going to start being stay-at-home mothers more than ever because it's much more difficult than they thought to compete against men for the jobs that they think that they want. You're not going to see women taking up all of these jobs that is being created through the economy, the manufacturing jobs, the steel jobs, the auto jobs, the plants, the semiconductor chips, all of that type of stuff, the construction jobs. You're not going to see that. The linemen, the people that are, on the line, oilmen, all of those type of oil jobs and stuff. You're not going to see that. You're going to see more women I think, retreat into their femininity, and they're going to start to be stay-at-home mothers a little bit more.
Yeah, you'd have to convince women to stop.
Okay, so Kamal, what's your thoughts? Do you think that that's accurate that women will be stay-at-home moms more?
I mean, he the jobs he talking about, women don't be in them jobs anyway, so it kind of don't make sense. He talk about plumbing and being factory workers, and some of them jobs ain't about to exist anyway. I don't know what the hell he talking about. Like, to be honest, a lot of the jobs he talking about is like, yeah, women gonna be stay-at-home moms because they ain't doing these jobs. Well, peanut head, they already not doing them fucking jobs, bruh. What are you talking about? You literally just said, hey, man, the sky is blue. No shit is blue. Like, come on, bruh. He didn't say nothing about administrative jobs or, you know, jobs where you sitting at the computer. He was talking about all manual labor, which most, I mean, women can do those jobs. I ain't saying y'all can't do that shit, but do y'all want to do that shit? Come on, I worked in construction and some of that shit. I'm like, God damn. So he was talking about a lot of those jobs. It's kind of like the whole lie with stats or shit like that. You say one thing and it's like, oh, that sounds good. But when you look at it, like, yeah, but nobody's in those stats anyway. So, you know what I mean? You kind of lying by omitting the truth.
All right. The skeptic, what's your thoughts? Do you agree with what he said? Do you think women are going to be stay at home? I just want to get your thoughts.
I think statistically speaking, majority of households in America are dual income households because of the way that the economy is. We've seen inflation. Houses are more expensive now because of the way that the house market, has been going. So in the trajectory that we see, people's incomes are not correlating to the increase in prices. So I do think that dual household incomes a lot of the time is the only way to live a comfortable life. So I don't necessarily see that. I have been in and out of the workforce. Like when I had my daughter, I didn't work. But we kind of prepared for it. And so I see that more often than not. And I do think that as far as like women contributing to society, we are seeing an increase in women going into STEM fields. So women are becoming more educated. And with that, I feel like comes a career. Like, why would I go to school for 4 years and get a bachelor's degree and then, not use it? So I don't necessarily see that in the future. I can see maybe women coming in and out of the workforce, kind of like what we have been seeing, become maybe more common.
You're muted, Nora.
Fair enough. Mia, what's your thought?
I mean, there are more children now than ever that are being homeschooled. There's more people that are dissatisfied. We have more food insecurity now in 2025 than we ever have. So that's just a fancy way of saying more people are starving, literally. More children in the United States are starving. I mean, a lot of families are leaning into austerity and making the decision to live a more simple life. We have more homesteaders than we ever did before. I mean, 5 years ago on this app, I only saw a handful of like urban gardeners. Now I've seen tons of urban gardeners teaching people how to garden, how to grow their own food, how to homestead. More people have chickens than they ever did before. So I really feel like when you look at everything as a whole, intelligence tells you that we can't keep spending on credit and we can't keep living in the city because we can't afford it. Now more people are leaving the city and they're moving into these rural areas. They're homesteading. So I really feel like he kind of is onto something. I mean, the numbers are there when it comes to homeschooling and homesteading and all of these things. So I really feel like there is a push. And if you notice, a lot of the trends surrounding clothes, beauty. If you look at the Kim Kardashian, that whole Kardashian family, they left their BBLs, they got their implants out, they're in Pilates, which is AKA they're into skinny Ozempic. It's no longer overdone makeup. It's clean beauty, clean eating. All of these things speak to austerity and people having a lack of money. So now they're making do with what they have. Even nails, now more clean, simplistic nails, no long Gucci nails from the 2000s aren't really in anymore. So I think if you look at everything as a whole, he's kind of telling the truth. We're going to see a lot more women becoming stay-at-home moms, a lot of families moving towards more austerity to save money and to be more natural.
I know who these women is. All the women I know got long nails. They still going to get their BBLs. I
Well,
don't
it's
know.
because
I
you're
don't
in
know these
Florida.
women.
That don't count. You live in Florida, the capital of the BBL.
Exactly.
I don't know these women. Elon, Jesus. Enzo, what's your thoughts?
I mean, I side with Kamal on that, honestly. He said everything I could have said. That's all.
Ray, as the person on the line that I think has been married, what do you think about women, or out of the men, I should say? What do you think about women being stay-at-home moms? Do you think that's realistic, or do you think we will always need two-income households?
I've seen women begging to go to work when guys try to keep them in the house because I guess they get bored with it. So I guess it depends on the person that they want their own money. So I would say it all depends. Like when the kids are young, yeah, something like how Skeptic said, you want the mom to be home because daycare is extremely expensive. So unless you got a relative or a family friend where they watch the kid, it might be no point in the woman working because daycare is so expensive. But I think this is an offshoot of what Red Pill was doing. Like there's a conservative thing where they're called trad wives, which means traditional wife. And even conservative women are against this, but the Red Pill movement wants trad wives. They want her barefoot and pregnant. So this is coming from the conservative right.
Barefoot and pregnant. Jesus. All right, I'm going to play one more clip from their interview because I can only take Pearlie and Anton but so much. This is Anton saying that he feels that women are hurting independence.
I think that a lot of what their decisions were, they're coming back to haunt them. If you look back at even with the Department of Government Efficiency, right, and them coming in and doing audits to find out exactly what people are doing, and then you start to look at all of the different layoffs, not just from the federal government, but in general, when you talk about different positions that are being affected in our economy and the private sector, which is actually adding jobs. And who's the most affected? It's women. Women were the most affected during the pandemic. Women are the most affected when it comes to this economy. If you want to look at evictions, if you want to look at repossessions, women are the ones that are most affected, which is very ironic because if you pay attention to the different waves of feminism and in the mindset of a lot of women prior to Trump coming into office and even during the Biden administration, when you've seen a lot of the complaints about what was happening in the economy, it was largely women that were complaining about the state of things and how they were being impacted from affordability to student loans, everything. And I think that they are largely paying the price of what independence looked like. They wanted independence when it came to opportunity, but not necessarily when it came to, how you would be impacted in a negative way and how you're supposed to get yourself out of that. I don't think.
Oh, Lord. As he was talking, I just heard, like they always do. Kamal, what's your thoughts?
First, hey, Lammy, bruh, stop putting that shit in the chat, bro. You don't get my shit taken down. You can't say certain words, dickwad. God damn. Nah, you can't say certain words in the chat. That's why I time his ass out. You put certain words in the chat, you get videos
You're
taken
right.
down.
And it's gonna hurt our algorithm. So you're right. Please stop.
Yeah, bro. Next time I'm kicking your ass out, bro. Second, I mean, what he was saying, what the hell does that have to do with independence? I'm confused. Shit getting cut. What that have to do with independence? I'm thoroughly confused by what bro is saying right now, because I'm just like, he's saying like, jobs was cut and this and that, and I'm just like, yeah, the jobs were cut because of certain administrations, and now you saying that's hurting independence. It's like, bro, come on, bro. That it don't make no sense, man. Nigga talking in cursive to me. For real, do y'all get it? Because he just said a bunch of words that were big, and then it didn't make no sense.
The normal manosphere, I hate women babble. Like
I am
I don't get it.
Confucian.
Like I just want to hit them over the head. That's the independence. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. No, it's not.
I don't know. Y'all go. Y'all probably know something I don't know. Shit.
Skeptic, what's your thoughts? Do you comprehend what he was saying?
Honestly, I kind of spaced out. This is what I do when I listen to red pill people. I just like space out because the reality is so different. Like the reality of a household, like, you know, me being married for 10 years, like we bought a house together. We like struggled together to save money to like buy our house. And like it was such a beautiful like transition of life. And like there's never been that like idea in the household. Like me and my husband have had this conversation. My husband makes really good money. He works in the engineering field for energy plant. So like I will probably, I don't know if I ever will like make as much money as him, but I've always had the conversation of like, what if I one day make more money than you? Like, would that hurt your ego? And he's always like, I could care less. Like it's never been a competition in the household. You know, it's always been one way, but I don't think that when people think that way, I think they're very immature. And I'd like to hear from his wife to see what she thinks and how the dynamic is in their relationship. Because people like that tend not to have healthy relationships. Because if you still think like that after being in a long-term relationship, like I wonder how your household functions.
Ray, what about you? You've been married. Did it bother you if there were times when your wife made more? Do you think that should matter?
I was with one person where they made more while I was on a break from my ex. I mean, you know who she is. But I never felt any type of way about it. It was just kind of like, it is what it is. Like, she was older. I mean, I can understand why some guys would feel like, okay, this, I don't feel like masculine, but it's other ways that you can act in a relationship where you bring something to the relationship. And when he was saying that women are the ones complaining, I feel like I see more homeless men than I see women. So guys always go house a woman, so women go find a way. So
It's interesting because Pearlie said to him, women have own the most homes statistically. And he said, yeah, well, they buy homes and they know they're going to have to pay taxes on them. I'm thinking to myself, if you bought a home and you didn't know you had to pay taxes, you are one dumb F and you shouldn't own a home. And so I've never heard of a woman complain about having to pay taxes. And he goes, yeah, they're buying new builds and there's more money on new build. He said some babble and I was like, what the heck are you talking about? Mia, what's your thoughts?
Honestly, I tuned out Anton because I'm kind of like skeptic. I kind of tune out the like weird red pill. I don't know. Half of it's not logical. I mean, I kind of got a grasp what he was saying, but he's like grasping at straws that are just too far away for him to get. So it's just not worth it at this point in time. I honestly don't have an opinion. I hate Pearlie with like a burning passion.
Why do you hate her? Let everybody know, because not many people know about her, even though she has 2 million subs. I don't really know much about her. Tell me why you don't like her.
I don't like Pearlie because she is the epitome of like a freaking hater. Nothing positive has ever come out of her mouth. I've never heard someone dislike their own gender or their own sex being female so much as her. Like, I'm not saying women are perfect. We are not perfect. Obviously, we have a whole host of things to work on, just like men. However, Pearlie is probably one of the most toxic individuals out there, and she spreads a terribly negative, toxic narrative about women and essentially feeds into the red pill of women are terrible and everything's our fault. Not everything's our fault, baby. We are on this planet with men too. It's not just us, last time I checked. So it's like, why do we catch heat for everything? And, people like Pearlie who, like, I hate to say this term, but she is the epitome of a pick-me. Somebody that's just going to agree with the men in the room because if we're on an island, she wants to get picked. And that's cool. It's like, baby, you want to be on an island with all these men. We know what men do when they're in a room by themselves with women. We know what they do. Statistics tell us what they do. But baby, if you want to be in the room with them by yourself, girl, you do you. Not me. Could never be me.
But what's interesting is she can't find or keep a man. Mia, is that true? I heard she can't. This from what I've read about her, that she can't find a man.
And another reason why she's the most disingenuous person on YouTube. So you can't be a pick me and not have gotten picked. And so she is stuck in this weird limbo where she wants to be picked so badly, but she's not attractive in a conventional way. Pearlie's like 6'1". For starters, she's huge for a woman. I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm like trying to be normal. She's huge for a female, like NBA height. So she's like 6'1", 6'2". She has like strawberry blonde hair, strawberry red hair. She has freckles. She's not conventionally beautiful at all. She rocks the whole natural thing, but unfortunately, she is just not conventionally beautiful. It's like, so she again is chasing after all these men who want nothing to do with her, especially in the YouTube sphere. These men get approached by 10 out of 10 gorgeous Instagram models. They want nothing to do with Pearlie. So Pearlie is forever going to be like, she's like a sister girl, but because she's never going to get picked. She's just not pretty enough. Unfortunately for her, she just don't have the looks to get picked by the man that she wants.
I also think that we should look historically at towns that had men only and see the things that were going on in those towns, because they brought women, and I'm not talking top of the line women, they brought prostitutes to those towns to bring up morality. Like, it was wild. Men, and I believe men have contributed a lot to the world. I agree with that, when it comes to like the whole argument of things. But a town that had nothing but men was a wild town. Like, it was so wild that men were like, we need to bring women here. We need women. So like, men contribute certain things, women contribute certain things. We are more social. We tend to like keep ourselves to social standards. Like, this is the reason why there are arguments between men and women where men are like, why do you care about that dumb stuff? Because we are social creatures. We keep up the social standard is made by women. We also control the market. The number one consumers are women, because we know what products we need, what products we don't need. We make those decisions. So don't like disregard the power of women that men give us. This power is given by men. This is why I say the OnlyFans, the people that are pushing the OnlyFans movement are men, because they contribute to paying into these programs, into these, things that women are doing. So then to sit back and try and like talk mess about the women there, I feel like Pearlie is taking advantage of a market that she saw. There wasn't a girl like her, and she knew that she could build a platform on this, and so she did. But I think it's a character. I don't truly think that she believes half of the things that she says. I don't see authenticity in her, because like half of the things that she's saying, she knows. When she starts going into this like circular logic, I feel like she knows, but she's just going to stick to it because this is her platform. This is what she has to say. But I think she lacks authenticity.
I agree.
Hey, Enzo, you got anything you want to add? Because I know you don't like these topics.
That's not even that I don't like the topic. I mean, I just didn't understand what he was trying to get at whatsoever. Honestly, like, you talk about independence and you saying, dude, by cutting these jobs that women are suffering, like, how does that have to do with independence? Anyway, that's all I had to add to that.
Well, hey, I found out today that there is a Manosphere conference. It'll be in Miami, Florida, for those of you that want to go. It's a Black Manosphere conference. It's September 5th. Free publicity for them. You can go Google it. I'm not going to put the link out. But yeah, I think I want to go and like bum rush it, because Miami's not that far from here. I might go with the camera crew and film them and say, how long do you expect to be single in this life?
I mean, Miami,
maybe they're okay with that.
I mean, Miami is the BBL capital of the United States, so I find it intriguing that Manosphere men are all congregating in the BBL capital of the United States. See what
all
they
right,
did
guys.
There.
Yeah, I might go. I might go. Maybe I'll convince Bryn and 85 to go with me. Okay, guys. So we're gonna switch gears. We're gonna. Oh, sure. Go ahead, Kamal. Yeah.
Yo, me and Skeptic, y'all said it in a politically correct way, but I ain't about to say it in a politically correct way. Look, Pearlie thing's ugly as hell. She looked like Doug with a sundress on. She ugly as dog shit. You feel me? And she ain't got no skills. If she did, she'd be alongside with Caitlin Clark balling it up. She's 6'1". She should be a point guard in the WNBA or something. She got a built, good shoulders. You feel me?
Good.
Look her up now.
Yeah, look her up. She's a big chick. All right. No, we ain't talking about you, FR. But okay, so moving on. We're gonna talk about the main event of the night. We're gonna figure out whose team we're on tonight. It's Team Trump versus Team Elon. So today was an eventful day. I know Gray and Skeptic was happy because the whole left must be saying, eating their popcorn. But it was very eventful. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I understand if y'all was taking this as a W, especially with your little taco names. So here we go. Let's play this first clip. This is Trump today denying questions because he didn't have such a good day with Elon.
Yes. We're going to have a little discussion now, very private. And I just want to thank you all for being here. And thank you very much, media. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Mr. President, any response to Elon Musk claiming about the Epstein files?
Mr. President. Nice to see you. Good job.
So, I guess Trump didn't want to take questions today because him and Elon had a big, 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 big falling out. And it's over the big fat bill. Pretty much, Elon has been calling him out. He said the big fat bill is a big fat mess. He feels like he didn't do all them damn Doge cuts to have this big fat bill. Ray, what's your thoughts on the falling out? Are you Team Trump or Team Elon?
You done dropped the main juicy detail. Are you waiting to
Oh
talk
yeah, we do not mention that yet. We gonna talk about that next. Don't talk about the big thing yet.
For me, I have no fight in it. I guess I would have to say I'm Team Trump because Trump is doing more Democratic policies. That's what they're mad about, is that he's doing more left-wing policies. So I guess policy-wise, I would have to be Trump.
My mom is so funny. She's a Democrat. She goes, I'm going to go with Trump because at least I know him. I just know Elon. He a damn ninja. And, she said the other word. And so Team Elon or Team Trump?
Come on, Team Trump all day. Come on, I got to stick with my president. I think this is the stupidest shit ever. It's like Captain America Civil War over here. We choosing the sides, who we sticking with. And I don't want to hear nobody on the Democratic side, they standing with Elon. Because y'all didn't believe shit when he was doing his Doge cuts and what he was cutting. Y'all were out there burning Teslas, saying he's a Nazi. So my question is to all the Democrats, maybe not Gray, maybe not Skeptic really, but because you probably just got to think the same still. Is Elon still a Nazi? Is he? Or are we standing with him now? That's what I gotta say. From what I looked at and from what I heard, Elon's complaining and bitching about this bill because Trump is getting rid of the EV mandate, which made Tesla. Because before that EV mandate went into place, Tesla was almost bankrupt. So that's probably what this is all about. I don't think it's about the Doge cuts whatsoever, because Doge was supposed to get rid of waste, fraud, and abuse. There's things that I don't agree with in the bill wholeheartedly, but I don't see those as waste or fraud or abuse. So I don't really think that's the real issue with this whole thing. I just think it's completely stupid. And that's all I got to add.
Mia, what do you think?
I mean, I think the whole thing is stupid. It feels very crisis PR management. Tesla has been taking nothing but left and right hooks on the stock market. It just feels very Hollywoody crisis PR. It doesn't feel genuine. It doesn't feel anything like that. I think this, and Donald Trump is he is from Hollywood. You're telling me he didn't have Elon Musk sign an NDA? I mean, that's the most basic thing. I mean, he didn't have any of these people sign NDAs or anything like that. I mean, it just seems just seems very fake to me, seems very disingenuous. But I will say I'm kind of going to break away from the pack because Donald Trump really pissed me off with his revocation of EMTALA and certain aspects of that. So I'm really crashing out about that. So I'm Team Elon right now because Donald Trump really just pissed me off with the revocation of a certain part of EMTALA, because heaven forbid pregnant women survive in America to give birth to their kids.
Oh boy. All right, skeptic. Team Elon or Team Trump?
Well, first I want to say we said this was going to happen. We have never believed Elon. I still don't believe Elon when he was in charge of the Doge, department. We said it was a conflict of interest. We were told, I argued this for weeks, it was not a conflict of interest. He was a bureaucrat. He was not elected into his position, while the right was saying that we don't want bureaucrats put in place. And I've also heard Republican Senator Rand Paul say that this big, beautiful bill is going to add to the deficit and that it's a no until they fix things in the bill. So I feel that there is an internal war going on among the Republicans right now in the Senate, because a lot of them are trying to stand on true conservative values, which is small government. The government not imposing on your state rights and other rights, which is the actual conservative, policies that they stand on, and then MAGA that has another agenda. It's just the reality. And so I think that we're going to start seeing people turn on each other because they're going to see that the boat is sinking, and MAGA is the one that is sinking the boat. Like, it is what it is. And we don't believe Elon. We're not saying that we believe him now. We're laughing because we knew this was going to happen. And Elon has the receipts because we gave him all of the data. We gave him access to all of this information. So here we are going to listen to what he has to say now, because I have a very hard time following logic that is not consistent. If you tell us to believe that Doge was saving us millions of dollars, but now you don't want us to believe that he's actually posting receipts on X, like, it's a little bit difficult. We don't believe anything that he has to say. But I will say, when we move to the other topic, I feel like there is evidence that shows some kind of correlation there. And I have a problem with Congress people in the Republican Party that are from, like, the House of Representatives, like Marjorie Taylor Greene, saying that they didn't even read the full bill. Like, that's an issue.
Okay, my least political friend on the chat, Team Elon or Team Trump?
You talk about me? Shoot, I'm hella political. I'm just apolitical. I don't fuck with none of these motherfuckers unless they effort with Black Americans and Black American policies. Who I'm for? Team Trump or Elon? I'm team. Give me some popcorn and let the fireworks begin. I'm sitting back enjoying the show. Oh my goodness! Actually, what bombshell y'all about to drop? Because I actually don't want to spoil it. I think I might know what y'all about to say.
Yeah, I'm about to drop a big bombshell. But before I read the tweet, I'm gonna play a clip. We just gonna watch this clip.
Shows Trump giving Epstein his personal attention. The footage, shot in November of 1992, before Trump opened the resort as a club, shows the future president surrounded by cheerleaders for the Buffalo Bills and Miami Dolphins, capturing Trump's fun-loving bachelor lifestyle for an appearance on Faith Daniels' NBC talk show.
We're going to get great ratings in your show.
Trump is surrounded by women as music blares in the background. After a while, Trump goes to greet 3 new guests, among them the financier Jeffrey Epstein.
Come on in. Go inside.
More than a decade before his guilty plea on state prostitution charges. Later in the footage, Trump is seen talking to Epstein and another man as women are dancing in front of them. Trump alternates between dancing and pointing out women to Epstein and the other man and telling Epstein about the cameras. Though exactly what they say is difficult to understand as they discuss the women and their appearances, Trump gestures to one and appears to say to Epstein, "Look at her back there. She's hot." And then Trump says something else into Epstein's ear that makes him double over with laughter. But as the president said...
All right, guys, you ready? I'm about to share my screen. A bombshell's about to be on the screen. Just get ready for it. Just get ready for it. Y'all ready? Heads might explode. All right. Skeptic, I'm going to let you do the honor and read the screen. Can you see it?
I can't really see it. It's a little blurry.
All right, I'll read it then.
Yeah, it's pretty far
Time to drop the really big bomb. Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. This is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, DJT. Mark this post for the future. The truth will come out. Where's the sound effects? Where's the sound effects? Drop the bombs. Drop the bombs.
I got you. Keep going.
Where's the sound effects? Where's the sound effects? Drop the bombs. Drop the bombs. This is crazy, guys. What do you think about that, Skip?
Honestly, I said this on one of my lives, and one of my mods was like, "Don't say that," and I was like, "No, I've read into it." I actually read a rumor that people say that Melania and Trump met through Jeffrey Epstein, that actually he flew her to America. And I was like, what? And I started looking more into it. I will say this, Kash Patel and Bongino from the FBI, like FBI directors, have been saying that they were going to release the jail footage, right? While Trump was running for office. And so they still haven't done it. And then like one of them went on one of the news, was interviewed and was like, oh, we looked at the video and he definitely, committed S. And I was like, this is weird. Also that the right told us, this administration told us they were going to release the files, the Epstein files in certain stages. And then they gave out these big old, binders to these right-leaning, influencers, and literally everything that they gave them was information that we already had.
Already released.
So
Yep.
I feel like there is more to be there's more information to be told here. Also, an old accusation of a 13-year-old who basically was trying to take them to court, both Trump and Epstein, who then nobody has heard from in years, I feel like is coming back up. So there is multiple things. There's too many breadcrumbs here. I feel like where there's smoke, there's fire. And I literally for like 2 weeks now, I have a picture of Epstein, Melania, and Trump. And I feel like there are recordings of Epstein's. There are hours of Epstein saying that him and Trump were good buddies, and that after he basically didn't let him go on Mar-a-Lago anymore, that they were not able to be friends in public, but they were still friends. And he talks about Trump, like Trump is such a good manipulator. Like he's so good at his, outside image. So I feel like there's more here. And the fact that Trump's not taking questions, like when has Trump never taken questions? Like when has he been shy about being interviewed? There has to be something.
Shout out to my friend Diana. I thank you so much for spending time with me in New York. I'll tell you guys about that later. But I got two things I want to say. One, I can concede to that. But if we concede to us considering on the right that Trump and Epstein were hanging out, well, you guys consider the idea that Diddy and Obama were hanging out, because that's a fact too. I mean, two things can be true, and that's going to come out too in these next few weeks. So are y'all willing to concede to that? Because it's like, y'all always look to the right. Y'all want us to concede things. And I have no problem conceding to that, because I kind of am starting to have my suspicions too. So I will give you that. That is a possibility. Do I think he may have been on the island with him? Maybe not, but they were very close. And it is possibly they could be hiding things, number one. Number two, the right-leaning people that he gave those folders to, I need to add, they were also very, very, very sympathetic to Israel. And Israel, unfortunately, is connected to this. That's another factor of this. We won't go into that. But if we concede to that, will y'all concede to that? Ray, I'll let you go next.
First off, Obama not known for buying kitty. Trump bought porn kitty. Trump walked around and said you can grab kitty and it doesn't matter if you're famous. Obama's not known for that. But on here, I remember, and I think it was us six, I said Trump is in the Epstein files. I said it.
You did it.
Thank you. So
with me and Dean.
So the thing is that with Trump, we don't necessarily know if he knew who he messed with or what happened. We don't know. So I'm not going to jump out there and say, oh, Trump did this, this, and that. But if Trump was a regular dude and we knew that he was known for paying for stuff, we would say, hey, he probably did something with him too. So it is what it is.
Enzo, what's your thoughts?
I'm not conceding the shit. I'm not. I'm saying it straight up. I know this like the back of my hand because I lived this shit growing up in Palm Beach. So Jeffrey Epstein, we're not denying that Jeffrey Epstein knew Donald Trump, that they hung out. They hung around the same social center, their social environments. That's not disputable. We know that. He's not on the Epstein files like you guys think he is. He is on the flight logs that were released from Palm Beach International Airport to New York City. Nowhere in those files does it show him going anywhere to that island. And like Skeptic brought up, the 13-year-old Katie Johnson, yeah, no one heard from her because those cases were dropped out of court for procedural reasons. There was only 2 cases that were brought up. There was no evidence presented. She has still not come out with her real name to this day, refuses to. She's had plenty of opportunities. So I've looked through this 1,000,001 times because people bring this up on my live all the time. All I'm going to say to the left, and this is, you guys are hypocritical, wholeheartedly, straight to your face. I don't care. Say whatever. We didn't believe Elon about Doge, but we're now going to believe him with a tweet with no evidence about this. Perfect. Okay.
So what part
Jeffrey
of Palm Beach are you
Epstein,
from? My friend's asking you.
I grew up right off of Lantana Road, literally 15 minutes from Palm Beach Island in Mar-a-Lago. Went to Woodlands Middle School and Park Vista High. So this was public on the Palm Beach Post every single day. In 2004, when Jeffrey Epstein first got arraigned for this, Donald Trump cooperated with the authorities, not because he was subpoenaed, because he found out about this before and they had a dispute, which they wanted to say was over some bullshit that happened in the club. The real story was because of that. Donald Trump found out about what Epstein was doing and denounced him, got rid of him, bought the property that Jeffrey Epstein was trying to buy that was a mile proximity from Mar-a-Lago, just so Jeffrey Epstein couldn't buy it, and it started cooperating with the authorities, not because he was subpoenaed, because he didn't like him. He's denounced Jeffrey Epstein on multiple occasions. And like I keep saying, the Epstein files were supposed to be released last year. Let's stop talking about Kash Patel and Dan Bongino and them saying they're going to release it on the campaign trail, this, that, the third, because like Nora said, it has something to do with Israel. I haven't looked into it that far. That's probably what that was. I don't believe them when they say Jeffrey Epstein didn't unalive himself. He 100% didn't. Or that he did, I'm sorry. He 100% didn't. He was killed. And I'm still gonna say that it was that so-called family that we cannot speak about. Mia, let's not get banned again.
I just caught my.
I know you're talking about. Don't talk about them. I know you're talking
that's why I
about.
said that.
Yeah.
That I'm not gonna say they had anything to do with it, but they have a lot of dealings with people who go missing.
Mysterious people.
And Bill is on those lists, and we've known about Bill being at that island since 2004. But you guys still voted for Hillary, even though she was around him and knew exactly what her husband was doing. This is why I'm saying it's hypocritical. I'm just going to stop there.
Mia, what's your thoughts?
I mean, first and foremost, Jeffrey Epstein was murdered for sure, and he was a known agent of Mossad. So, I mean, we're going to throw that right out there because that's the truth. And he ran a blackmailing, money laundering scheme out of Pedophile Island. Also, another fact that we know. So, I mean, the fact that Bongino and Kash Patel tried to lie straight to our face about that, and didn't even release the video either. So you're gonna lie straight to your face and not release the video is like insult to injury on this. It's like, we know what happened. Come on. And as far as Trump and Epstein, it would not shock me. I mean, the level of money, the level of access, the level of elitism these people have is astronomical. I mean, these people are rubbing elbows with families that cannot be named because we could all be assassinated. So, I mean, at this point in time, it does not surprise me. They have put forth no proof. There's been no proof that Donald Trump is any sort of you know what kind of pedophile or anything like that. There's no proof that he has done anything like that. So I guess until there's actual proof, this is all subjection, but it wouldn't surprise me if he was. I feel like they live by a different set of rules. They play in a different playground and a different play box than we do. And they live absolutely completely different lifestyles than the rest of us do. And their moral compasses are not due north like the rest of us. And in order to be that famous and in order to have that much money, you can't have integrity. Name me one billionaire with integrity. Not a single one.
None. That's why this whole Diddy thing to me is amazing.
None.
Because all the things that he's doing, they all have done. That's the funny part.
Yeah, you know, you can't reach that level and have solid morals, solid integrity, and just be like a solid human, because in order to reach that kind of level, you have to snap necks and, throw babies against the wall in order to reach that kind of level. So, I mean, you can't be a good person and be a billionaire. It just doesn't, they're not synonymous. So I guess we'll see. Hopefully they'll release some proof. I mean, it is mightily convenient how all of a sudden they're fighting. So now he's going to throw trash on his name. I mean, just feels very crisis PR to me. That's all.
Kamal.
Well, I guess I ain't gonna be a billionaire, because if I gotta throw a baby against the wall to become a billionaire, god damn. But hold on. Do y'all got any more bombshells y'all gotta drop? Because that was one of the things I was gonna say.
Yeah, Nora forgot another part. You about to say it?
There's
Nora?
one more part. Yeah.
Play, because I don't want to spoil it. I've been seeing something.
Yeah. There's one more thing.
Okay, let's hell up here.
Yeah.
All right. I got one last video, and then we're going to talk about the trip to New York. Hold on. This is the last part, but this is Steve Bannon.
Know it all. He knows some engineering. Don't get me wrong. I give a hat tip for that, but he doesn't know anything about the real world. Doge was, and for any fanboys that still exist, while you're wrapping up in your cape tonight, understand on Doge, he didn't find any fraud. There's plenty of fraud out there. He didn't find. This is President Trump's first complaint. Was this all BS? Right, with the with the Doge. The act that President Trump should be taking immediately, I think, when he threatens to take one of the big programs out of SpaceX, President Trump tonight should sign an executive order calling for the Defense Production Act to be called in SpaceX and seize SpaceX tonight before midnight. Know anything? He's a know-it-all. He knows some engineering. Don't get me wrong. I give a hat tip for that, but he doesn't know anything about the real world.
So pretty much, Steve Bannon is a longtime ally and friend to Trump. He took that shot. The other shot that people are saying is Elon is calling for Donald Trump to now be impeached and for J.D. Vance to take the role, which is very interesting because J.D. Vance's mentor is Peter Thiel, and he's over one of the biggest technology companies in the world. So it seems like a war of worlds going on here. And I don't know. This is why I'm Team Trump, because I don't trust Elon. Gray, what's your thoughts?
The other part you didn't say is that Elon is alluding that him and Trump stole the election and that his money is how
He didn't say that.
Look it up. Pull the tweet up.
He said if it wasn't for me, he wouldn't have won. He didn't say all that.
Starting rumors, Ray. Starting rumors.
You started rumors. Taco.
Listen, I'm telling
This
you,
is a taco rumor.
Hey, people are really saying that.
I saw that tweet.
AKA the Democrats making it up.
Y'all know
he did not say
He
that.
did say that without him, he wouldn't have won. And he gave the Republicans versus Democrats that would have been either in the House or like the Senate or something like that. So like, what is he alluding to when he says that? I feel like Elon has receipts, and I need to see them receipts that he has.
I read the tweet as well, and you're correct in what it says. It doesn't allude to election stealing, but we know he spent $3 million a day for at least 100 days. So I mean, if we're just going based purely off of the money and resources that he used using his own platform to leverage social media, so on and so forth, he really did do that. He really did make it infinitely easier for Republic or conservatives to win. I mean, he's not lying. There is absolutely zero election fraud alluded in any of those messages or anything or any tweet he's liked. I think it is purely talking about what we already know, which is the $3+ million a day that he was giving, plus leveraging Twitter, X or whatever, as the platform for all of them to get their information out.
I'm not saying it's true. I'm saying that's what people are saying. That's what I'm saying.
No. Conspiracies. Conspiracies.
Well, I think that if I had that over
Mhm.
someone, I would have verbalized it in that manner also and allow for, people to make their own conclusions. Like if I had that over someone, I would have said it exactly in that form. I also wanted to say a lot of, celebrities partied with Diddy, and a lot of them had said that they didn't know the things that were going on. So I think going to someone's party, I have been friends with people before and then things come out on them and I'm like, there's no way that I befriended a person who I did not know their whole background or their home life. So I don't think that just because someone's partying with somebody, you can conclude that that person was in on certain, activities that they were doing in their after parties. But I did want to say, when it comes to Trump and his background, we know that he was an F-boy. We know that he was held liable in 1996 for raping a woman, and he had to pay $5 million. We know that he said that a 10-year-old, he could be dating her in 10 years. He would be basically one of the girls that he could date. So he said, grab women by the pee. He said that, you just have to do this. He has shown that he doesn't hold women in high regards. So I wouldn't put it past him that, also Epstein, we heard in Epstein's own voice a recording where he said him and Donald Trump were very good friends. Like I heard this by Epstein literally being recorded and saying that him and Donald Trump were very good friends. They were best of friends. So it's not hard to get to the conclusion that Elon Musk, has gotten to. And if he's saying, hold on, because the receipts are going to come. Not only did we give Elon the ability to get all of our private information, we should be skeptical of this because this information could potentially be released to other countries, which is our private information. But everyone on the right was advocating for him having this position. So, we want to talk about hypocrisy. We have to call it on both sides. So I don't put it past that Trump is.
We also know that Diddy had Obama-shaped ecstasy pills. We know that too. So we know that. And am I lying? Ray, you read the report with me. Am I lying?
Everybody idolized Obama. Everyone idolized Obama, though. I know people that painted murals of Obama. Obama was an icon of his generation. Like, he is an icon of our generation. I don't think
people idolize Trump, too. I mean, whether you may not, I don't personally, but there are people that idolize Trump, too.
If we had a recording of Diddy saying me and Obama were best of friends and Obama was at these, freak-offs, and I would be
I don't know about, I'm not going to say about freak-offs. No. But he does say that they were friends. His assistants testified 2 weeks ago that Obama hung out with him. So, I mean, we could throw things to the wall and see what sticks.
But Nora,
I can do that too.
They have weed called Obama Kush. They name stuff after popular stuff. That's normal. I got you. But
I can throw things and see what sticks too. I just threw it at the wall.
Was rapping about Donald Trump in the early 2000s.
Where there's smoke, there's fire. That's all I'm gonna say.
Right, and I agree. I'm willing to concede when you guys are willing to say that that Diddy was doing these parties for certain reasons, okay? And the connection to the Democratic Party is deep and it's thick. And I can pull up the receipts and tapes to show you guys that if we want to go there.
I feel like if Diddy had anything on Obama, he wouldn't be in trial right now. Like, he would have gotten off. There would have been some coverage. The fact that we haven't seen the videos of Jeffrey Epstein when he was in jail that they said they were going to release when they got in office, which they did, and they have those positions to release those videos, to me tells me a lot more. Like, the fact that you promised us that you were going to release the Epstein files, you literally sold us on that. You literally sold people on telling them we're going to release the video to see who, basically off this guy, and then did not do it, but came on this interview and very suspicious. Like, I'm looking like, what in the world? No, he did commit S. That is what happened. Like, no, there's more to this.
Let's give Kamal.
And I want to be clear. Well, let me do a disclaimer. I want to be clear. I'm not saying that Obama was there at the FOs. Let me be clear. But what I'm saying, if you're going to throw things at the wall and see what sticks, you can do it on both sides. But continue, Kamal. Sorry.
Nah, y'all tearing it up tonight. I'm just sitting back, back. I wish I had some popcorn, some soda. Y'all killing it tonight. Shit. First of all, the Steve Bannon's bird name, right? The retired wrestler.
Yeah. See.
Okay. Did bruh say that Doge was doing fraud? Is that what he said?
Yes, that's pretty much what he was alluding to.
So if Elon Musk is the head of Doge and bruh is South African, he is giving a bad name to the whole scamming the African scamming. I say allegedly. Is bruh South African or is he allegedly Nigerian? I'm sorry. What is going on?
You are hilarious.
And then I see why bruh mad, because hey man, him and Trump, he was like, hey, we about to do this and you gonna give this to the EV stuff, right? Trump was like, sure. And then now we see what's happening. And
that's funny.
God damn. Also, did y'all hear that Donald Trump is like, hey, I'm about to cut your government contracts, bro. You keep talking. Oh shit. The Tesla stock going bad now. But if Trump does that,
wish I would have sold.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Do you think I should sell it? I have some. What's y'all's advice? Should I hold on or sell?
I mean, you might as well hold on now. Shit, you in the sinking ship.
Sell that shit.
I'm in the sinking ship. Sell it.
I mean,
you on Team Trump? Sell that shit.
I think I'm going to because it's only.
Invest in DJT. Invest in the meme coin.
I think it's only going to get worse, y'all. All right, y'all. Well, Mia, did you have anything you want to add before we move on to the last thing?
No, I'm good. This has been hilarious.
All right, guys. So we talked about
ecstasy, Nora. God.
I'm not. Bray, am I lying?
She's not lying, but you can't say Obama just because they shaped the couple.
Okay, but I'm not lying. I'm not lying though. I'm not lying because we've been covering the shit up. Anyways, we got to go to New York City. I did. Gray had, I don't know, flying issues or something. Never fly American, I guess. And Enzo met up with me, and so we could share experience because we made it inside the courtroom. Enzo, I'll let you go first. What did you think about going to the trial and the long day we had?
So yes, it was a very long day. I was up for nearly 28 hours straight by the end of that day was over because I just couldn't go to sleep the night before. I was like, if I don't, I'm not waking up in time. I'm not getting in that courtroom. So I just made myself stay up. Met Nora at like what 5:30? No,
earlier, 4:45.
Oh, it was like 4:40, 5 o'clock in the morning. We got coffee, talked a little bit, caught the Uber over there, got in line. We spoke to some people within the line. There was a lot of media in front of us. That's what I was very surprised about because I thought it was gonna be like two different lines instead of like just normal people and then the media. Yeah, but once we got in, that was a very, very good experience for me. I was very excited to be there the entire time. Nora made a lot of connections standing in line, talking to a lot of people. Seeing Diddy in court was pretty surreal to me, to be honest with you. I didn't know.
He didn't look the same, but you said how he looked to you. I'm gonna tell you how he really looks.
I'm gonna keep saying what he looked like to me. He looked like a mixture of Bernie Mac with his weight and Morgan Freeman with the white hair. That's exactly what he looked like to me. The testimony that we were there for was Mia Moore, and honestly, I just thought, like I told Nora, I thought the defense was unprepared all to begin with in that testimony. I said they're probably sandbagging this case to win it on an appeal. And I just wasn't buying Mia Moore's testimony whatsoever because 1 minute she's sitting down talking like this, real monotone. And then once the defense asked her to read a text message, she perks up like a fucking cheerleader doing a cheer. It was an act in my eyes. That's what I saw the entire time there. But overall, that experience in New York was absolutely great. And I can't say thank you enough to Nora and the new party for just even having me there with you guys. It was great.
Thank you, Enzo. Yeah. So I got to see Diddy. Like, I was literally 5 feet from Diddy. And I was sitting next to that crazy woman y'all probably heard about. We'll get to that. So Diddy walks in, and when he walks in, I think he thinks he's at a concert or something. Like, he's like, "Hi, everyone. Thank you for coming." Like, Ninja, this is not a concert. Like, you're on trial. And he's like waving at us and he's giving us heart signs. It was bizarre. It was really bizarre. But he's focused. He does not look that white. He looks more like a koala bear. Like, that's a fair description. Also, he looks like he's lost weight, actually. And like I was telling Gray, he looks like a zesty Mr. Rogers, like an old man Mr. Rogers in a sweater, because I think they're trying to like humble him down to look poor. He was very nice though, but he looks a little sad. I got to see his mom up close. His mom looks tired. I feel empathetic for her because she's 80 plus years old. I saw Justin. I was in an elevator with Justin. I could touch him. And I got to see his last baby mama. What's her name? Dana. She was there too. So it was. Yeah, it was very heavy. Like, you realize the severity of it. But I had a watershed moment because I still stand on, I think this is a BS case. I'm 50-50 he's going to be found guilty, because one minute I'm like, he's guilty. The next minute I'm like, this is BS. But what I realized is, after seeing so many of the businesses in his mother's name, hey, sometimes when you're the captain of the ship, you got to go down with it, because I feel like the family's so intertwined in this that they're going to nail somebody if it's not him. What else? So also, I'm gonna play this clip. This was me getting to meet Secret Service Sam. Do y'all know who he is? I never heard of him, but a lot of people knew who he was.
They'll probably recognize.
Y'all might, y'all probably will recognize him. Let me play this.
Oh, I know him.
Guys, Secret Service Sam here. Just stepped out of the diddlation, the diddler, the court building. And do we have an exclusive for you guys? Everybody's always asking Sam, was there drama in the courtroom? Does anybody ever get crazy? Today, yes. And I have my eyewitness here, guys, so I got to be careful when I say things that they are eyewitness accounts. To tell my good people, tell them your name.
Hi, everyone. I'm Nora Christine from the New Party Podcast.
That's right. That's right. And I have her on here now. Tell us what just happened inside the court.
So I was sitting next to a lady, I believe by the name of I Am Candy.
Yeah, Candy. Shout out to Candy. She got a little crazy today.
She was nice to me, so I have nothing bad to say other than what she did. So when we got in the courtroom immediately, she was asking could she wear a head wrap. Unfortunately, they wouldn't let her.
Right. She said, but I want to wear my hat. She said it's for religious purposes. And this bailiff, he's like, I'm not going to tell you again. You don't wear the hat or you're out. And he like yelled. And we're like, they don't play in federal court.
So then she looks at me and she goes, why can't I talk? It's court. It's public. I said, ma'am, you need to be quiet. Like, they're not playing with you today.
Right. Yeah. Tell him. Keep going.
So then a few minutes later, she's like, I don't know why people are laughing. This is not a joke. They laughing at this black man. So I'm like, oh God, I'm just looking down. So then she starts writing like these words and I couldn't make it out. The next thing I know, she's like, oh, I gotta go. I gotta pack up. So she gets up, walks out, goes to the doors. I'm assuming that one of the female bailiffs was in the way. So she goes, bitch, get the F out my way. And the next thing I know, they're like, hey, you need to calm down. You need to leave. She's like, I'm gonna leave. This is Diddy. They trying to get you. They trying to bring a black man down in this white supremacist system. And then they're like, ma'am, you need to calm down. She goes, what you gonna do? Pull out the gun and shoot me? And then the next thing I know, 3 of them, like literally she's doubling down, not moving. 3 of them are dragging her out and she was gone. But still, nonetheless, yeah, that's
crazy Diddy courtroom drama. And I heard she said something like, Diddy, get the guns ready. Or like she was yelling at Diddy. The judge said, order in the court. You know, you never hear Judge Subramanian get mad. This dude, he's a totally chill, young Indian guy. A lot of people don't know he's Indian. A lot of people think he's white. But he is so cool and chill. And he was like, order in the court. You know, and so, guys, it was crazy. Shout out to Candy. She means well, but she had a hard time. And the funniest part is the courtroom painters, actually, she's in there like, so she got in a courtroom drawing. They drew her ass in there getting kicked out. So I'm going to try and talk to Candy later.
Did you guys hear about this story when it happened?
I heard about it because somebody sent it in like the group chat. And so I watched it and I was enthralled. Like I was watching everything about it. I started following him.
Yeah.
I was like,
tell me the version you heard though. Was it similar to that, or was it a totally different version on the New Skeptic? Because I want to prove a point here.
So I did hear. I don't know if it's like, I don't remember what news report it was, but the lady that was reporting on it said that there was like a lot of screaming on something about a gun, is what I heard from like the actual news people that were reporting it.
Yeah, so I bring all that up to say they gave so many false reportings. They said that she was sitting at her seat when this occurred. There was so many different reportings, and the point I'm making is why it's important to have the independent media is they gave totally different versions of what went down, because I was literally sitting next to her when it happened. She was not sitting down. She was trying to leave. They weren't, and they gave a different version. She ended up not getting arrested though, but her big thing, and Kamal, you're gonna like this, is she just feels like this is a white supremacist courtroom. She doesn't like, she feels like it's everybody against Diddy. And look, I don't know how she didn't get arrested. They just said she's no longer allowed in the main courtroom.
That's surprising.
So yeah. Yeah. You saw her in that Enzo.
The fact that this is you guys, like, y'all just came in, this happens is wild. Also, Nora, that it was next to you. I was like, I was mind blown by this.
Enzo was gone. This was Tuesday.
Yeah. The worst that happened on Monday was lady sleeping next to me.
Oh yeah, they don't let you sleep.
And crazy dude outside, yeah.
They don't let you sleep.
Don't talk to me. That was kind of funny. When Buddy was like, "Don't talk to me," when we were outside waiting to get in.
Yeah. The other thing that happened, I'm trying to find what went down when I was there too with Armand Wiggins, and then that's the last thing I want to show you guys. So pretty much, guys, this is what we have to look forward to when we become big guys. Like, I'm going to show you what this woman did to him. I kind of feel bad for him. It was his birthday too, and he's a very nice guy. Let me share my screen.
Who's the cloud chaser? I'm built like that.
Listen.
I'm built like that. Who's the cloud chaser? I'm built like that.
Bitch. Walk away from me.
Bitch.
Yeah, stand back, bitch.
Bitch. I'm built like that. Who the cloud chaser? Nigga off of who? Bitch ass nigga, you?
Look.
Oh, look. What's up with y'all? Sheriff Gifted in this motherfucker. And Sheriff
She broke as fuck.
Who the fuck is the cloud chaser? Oh, okay. Clock that. Clock that. Let's go viral in this motherfucker. Let's go viral.
Back up.
Or what? Or get smacked because I can wear hoops too.
Yes.
I can wear a turtleneck too.
Very much back up before you get smacked.
Get smacked. Smack me.
Back up, bitch.
Smack me. I want to get smacked.
You shouldn't be laughing.
I want to get smacked, bitch ass nigga. You getting pressed. You getting pressed. All right, man. You getting pressed. Yeah, nigga. Let's go viral in this motherfucker. It's I am the gifted in this motherfucker. It's I am the gifted in this motherfucker. Get smacked me, nigga. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I see you in your pink, and I see you in your black, and I see you in your white.
Shut your dirty ass up.
Dirty, nigga. I'm cleaning the whistle.
Look at you, bitch. I'm not arguing with you.
I'm cleaning in the motherfucking whistle, nigga. I'm cleaning in the motherfucking.
So the point of me showing this to you guys is basically to show you how much of a powder keg it is at the courtroom that this is happening. Me and Enzo literally saw a similar situation in the line. There's this guy, the guy that got into it with Gene Deal. He was like, all this woman did was ask her a question. This is Armand when I met him. All the woman did was ask a question. And literally she said, hey, what number are you in the line? He just went psycho. Pull his picture down, Greg, because I don't want to tell the story with him on, because I don't want people to think I'm talking about Armand.
All right. How do I take it down?
So pretty much, the woman said, who are you in line? He goes on live stream. Enzo was there, and he goes, oh, this is why, this is what's wrong with black women nowadays, blah, blah, blah. But this is the kind of thirsty people that are out there. Like, these are the type of toxic podcasting people that are just looking for clicks and likes and baits. Enzo, what did you think about that experience of it? It was pretty toxic, especially with the line skipping and that sort of thing.
Oh, the line skipping was terrible. Like, we all had our spaces in line, and we were there since 5:30. I'm pretty sure we showed up. Yeah, 5:30. We were sitting there, And if people didn't skip the line, then everybody would have got their
Me and you would have
ability to
made it
get
in.
in. Yeah, exactly. We would have made it
Because
into
we
the
were
actual
13 and
courtroom on the
14.
first day. But two people, you're just big eyes, and somebody else just came out of
Not going to
left
say a
field
name.
once we got into the line and just cut it. I was like, this is bullshit. I was like, but in my head, I'm like, I don't want to fucking say anything right now about it. But no, that was stupid. And the little argument that he happened, all he did was just ask a question and just went on live stream and just wanted to make something out of it. And the lady, she couldn't have been a nicer person. You were sitting there for like 30 minutes having a conversation with her when we were just waiting to get in line. Like all she did was ask a question to this guy, and he just blew up for no reason.
So I say all this to say, if you're thinking about going to the Diddy trial, just keep your head down, mind your business when you go in that line, because it is a powder keg of toxicity. We did get some good clips. We got Justin Combs and the Combs family on our shot. So we had a good live stream that day. So that was a positive, but just a heads up, just know if you're going to go there, mind your business, because it's drama.
It's New York. That's all I gotta say.
But yeah. Anywho, okay, we can do closing thoughts. Kamal, what's your closing thoughts?
I guess I ain't going to New York no time soon. Shout out to my New York people that watch this shit, but damn, y'all got some problems, man. God damn. I'm from Oakland, I'm saying. Ugh, good Lord. Anyway, I'm Kamal, also known as the Shadow Band Man. Shout out to the panel. Hey, y'all was killing it today. I was sitting back. I was like, y'all talking about each other. God damn, y'all was beefing like Elon Musk and Donald Trump. Jesus Christ. Obama shaped e-pills. Oh, snap. Trump at the Epstein party. And hey, the one thing that confused me, I'm like, we know Donald Trump said, hey, she got a nice ass. I mean, you at a party, right? Ain't you supposed to? Like, I was confused. Like, bro, if you want to say she got a nice butt, let bro say that. But I ain't on no side. Look at popcorn ready, get my soda. I'm about to just watch the show. You feel me? Trump is like, I'm taking away your government contracts. Elon Musk is out here spilling the beans. Oh my goodness. Doge is supposedly some fraud stuff going on. Oh my goodness. I don't know what's worse. This or just Pearly Things goddamn sundresses that she wear over and over again looking like a slug. God damn. And also, man, Antoine Nails, man, he's the smartest sounding dumb motherfucker I done ever heard on this goddamn platform. And I listen to a lot of people on this platform. God damn, he the most intelligent dumb motherfucker I done heard. He be saying shit so eloquently and he just sounded stupid as hell. You like, bruh, god damn, man. Anyway, yeah, I ain't picking no goddamn sides. I'm just here to watch people goddamn go at it. Shit.
All right, no sides for Kamal. All right, Skeptic, what's your closing thoughts?
I knew this was going to happen. I feel like it's good. The boat is sinking. And if you're smart, you would step aside and, wait until all the facts come out. Because I feel like there's much more to be released. And I do think that Elon Musk has those receipts. The girls are fighting and one of them's got receipts. So like I always say, don't let anyone trample on your constitutional rights. And I feel like there's going to be a lot more tea to be spilled here.
I didn't mean to do that to her. Go ahead. Mia, I'm sorry, Skeptic. I hit the wrong button. Go ahead, Mia. What's your closing thoughts?
It feels like a lot of crisis PR management going on. It feels very fake, not very genuine. But I mean, the fight could absolutely be genuine. It just feels like PR crisis management right now. Tesla stock is as low as it's been ever, and it just feels very Hollywoody, this fight to go from 0 to 100. So I guess we can't believe everything we see. And like Skeptic, I am waiting for the receipts. So I guess we'll wait for the receipts to come out between the girls and we'll see who's telling the truth and who's lying.
Y'all keep calling them.
It's
funny.
Huh?
They keep calling them the girls. It's funny.
I know. Go ahead, Enzo. What's your thoughts?
So this was a great episode. There's gonna be no receipts that come out because it's not two girls fighting that actually have receipts. It's two dudes who talk the talk, but they ain't gonna provide shit. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Yeah, it was a great Monday at the Diddy trial. Absolutely loved it. Diddy, no free Diddy, and if Diddy does get released, this is not financial advice. But invest in Johnson & Johnson if they're gonna free him. Enzo out.
Oh Lord. What? Lord.
I didn't know. Did you guys hear about the oil when y'all were there?
Oh no, I was saying it when I was outside.
No, we didn't hear about the oil because Nia was the one that testified, the assistant. But today they did talk about the oil again. I suspect that the next anonymous person is 50 Cent's baby mama, and she said that when they did the FOs, there was lots of oil. She's testifying now. Allegedly. I don't know that. And if the feds are, that's the other thing we found out, y'all. The feds be watching our stuff. The people that go there, I wouldn't be surprised if they're watching. So to be clear, no one texts me that, feds. That's allegedly. So please allow me back inside if I go back up there, like I'm hoping to do in June, the end of June. Please don't.
Great.
I don't know. No one told me anything. Yeah, they're trying to ban a bunch of people and they're kicked out a few people. So like if you leak stuff, like let's say I was to confirm, like I can't confirm to you guys. We saw Mia, I can't confirm who she is. Or I can't say who she is. If I leak that, I can get in trouble. And I can't talk about the jurors, which is like common sense, but a lot of people do it. Anyways.
First off, I want to thank Nora and Enzo for going and doing IRL content in real life at the Diddy trial. I was supposed to be there. My flight got canceled twice, even though Nora think I'm lying. I went to a final destination situation where they took us off the plane. I wanted to be there. I had a studio book for more content, but things fell apart. With Anton Daniels, the red pill stuff just gonna be there. Like at some point, I guess the women got to stick together because it's just, I guess the women turn on each other now too. So it's wild. But what I will say about today is like the irony is Shakespearean with this whole situation with Elon and Trump. It's just like because the whole election still and everything, all the conspiracy theories, and now it's on the Republican side. It's just ironic. Like we always tell a new party, always vote.
So, so when you look at a flight and it says landed, it says arrived, you would assume the plane made it, right? Okay, but accordingly to Gray and American, that means the flight was canceled. But anyway, just kidding. So thank you to Enzo for holding it down. I didn't get to stand in the line alone and get mugged and raped. So thank you to Enzo, because if it was up to Gray, that would have happened. I'm just kidding. But I'm so grateful for the opportunity. Shout out to Secret Service Sam. Thank you, God. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be on your platform. I greatly appreciate it. We hope to work with you in the future. Thank you to Armand Wiggins. He, to me, is the best, most unbiased, next to us, of course, person. So if y'all are not subscribing to Armand, please go subscribe to him. Super nice, sweet guy. I think he's very unbiased and fair. And to the person, Enzo knows what I'm talking about. Something I learned that if I ever get to be at that level, it's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. You never know who you're talking to or who you're dealing with. So always treat people nice. Also, to be in line with talking about the manosphere and the red pill, if you want something said, ask a man. If you want something done, ask a woman. We'll be back tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, actually 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our ongoing coverage. Good night. God bless. And thank you to the New Party team.